Okay, it's 6:30. I welcome you all to the white coat ceremony. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Good. This is the first time we hold a white coat ceremony via Zoom. It is a very interesting time for all of you and for all of us. Definitely COVID-19 has changed our lives. It also has impacted how we work. So you're all donning now the white coat ceremony. I learned through the last 2 years donning and doffing when we did the whole system for the school. Two verbs I didn't use much before. And this is really the white coat ceremony is usually considered the transition from the preclinical years of a dental education to the clinics. It's a time when you're going to see patients and treat them. However, you have seen patients and you have treated them, and you are in the process almost moving to the senior year. So it's a very unique time that we have your white coat ceremony while you are providing patient care. As you know very well, we operated the clinic since last actually May. You were in the clinic in July. The movement to or the process to open the clinics was not easy at all, but to me was very enjoyable. Because it's one challenge after the other. We equate ourselves as if we were riding a roller coaster. One day we think we're going to start seeing patients, and the next day we don't. But eventually we were able to succeed. And the reason why we succeeded is because we have adhered to core values and a lot of networking that we have done throughout the years. And I credit everyone at the dental school for this success. Every staff and faculty played a role in returning back to clinical operation in the clinic. And something that you don't hear a lot is really the core values that directed our thinking every day. For me, I started on March 16. We closed, I think, on March 16. The next day, I started my work exactly the same way I do, as the same routine, but from home, thinking about how to open the school back again and what are the challenges. At the time, we didn't know much about what we are encountering. There were a lot of rumors that everywhere there would be a COVID-19 or SARS-CoV-2 virus. It's going to be on surfaces, it's going to be in the air, it's going to be in aerosol, it's going to be everywhere, and it's going to kill everyone, and everyone was afraid. The core value actually drove us. Ethics, doing the right thing to you, for you, and to our patients were the driving forces for us, doing no harm, that we didn't want to put any one of you in a situation where you work in the clinic and exposed to a virus and get infected. So maximum security to you from environmental health. We did actually our own research. We had to import units. The HVE unit, the high volume suction units, came from China direct. That was a process to deal with customs, and FedEx delivered the wrong one to the wrong address, and we had to go and pick it up from the FedEx storage area somewhere by the airport. Professionalism, everyone acted very well in terms of thinking of who we are. We are healthcare providers, we are dental or health providers, and we care about our patients and also our students. Joanne, did you mention something about the live stream? They need to turn it on now for the families.
Yes, so thank you all. We have all our students on with their cameras on. If we do have some guests, please note in the top left of your screen, there's a little red box that says live. You can click on that. It will take you to the live stream, and you can join us with our other guests, faculty, staff who are joining the ceremony. In addition, if you cannot find that link, you can go to the Kornberg School of Dentistry Facebook page, and it's showing up there, and the live stream link is there. Dean Ismail, thank you for your welcome.
I'm not done yet. I've interrupted my speech. I should have started with you, Joanne, and then we go to my speech. So I just want to have the students and know, and also the families, that we worked a lot in order to return to some form of normality, and we are actually in a very good position. And we did that because of the effort of all faculty, staff, students, some alumni, and to innovation, excellence, thinking always to solve problems. We didn't complain about the problems we're facing. We tried always critically to analyze it, whether it's a curriculum problem or a clinical problem or preclinic. You know, the preclinic that you finished with a year ago, it's a novel operation to open it at this capacity of 75 stations. A lot of dental schools don't operate this way. We were able to convince our university and environmental engineers to operate it that way. So the priorities were you, but most importantly, our patients, because we were concerned that many of our patients requires care and cannot get care, and how fast we can get you back to seeing patients. So the core values are the values that driven us, not something you talked about or hear about or read about. They are mentioned many places in the school, but it's very important to adhere to them. When you graduate, you are going to graduate in 2022 with significant level of clinical experience and significant levels also of a humanistic experience. You're caring for people with a lot of need, and also with significant risk factors, whether medical, social, and behavioral. This is an opportunity for you at Temple that does not exist in many other schools. We care for patients, for all people, regardless of their status, and for every socioeconomic, from every socioeconomic background, different levels of understanding of the care they're receiving or the health needs that they have. Your class will be held to a new model of evaluation as well. I keep reminding you that the driver for your success will be treating full patients. And you're required to complete full dental care, 100% dental care for 30 patients from now until you graduate a year from now. And the driver is not how many procedures you do, but how many patients you treat completely, and you'll do a lot more procedures. I will end. I try to keep my remarks short. I recently encountered a video that a faculty sent to me, which I have seen many times, about the Navy SEALs and their core values, their grit, focus, and how they succeed. And the quotes from that video: training, learning, and improvement never stop. So you're not going to stop after you graduate, and you're not to stop now. There is no end state, only the next state. So yeah, you're in third year, please learn as much as you can to move to the fourth year. Success comes to those stubborn few that choose to ignore the temporary discomfort of setback for the long-term strategy of delivering value. You're delivering value for your patients, and that's the task that that's your mission. If a particular task is worth your time and energy, then it's worth doing correctly. Sometimes you only get one shot at success. Make it count. So congratulations, and I wish you the best in the next 1 year until you graduate. Hopefully you graduate on stage in 2022, and we'll see you face to face rather than via Zoom. Thank you very much. Next, I will introduce Dr. James Stauberg. He's the president of the Pennsylvania Dental Association, one of the players who worked with us to open the dental school, as well as we had to go 2 times to the governor's office to seek executive orders to return back to education of not just dentistry, but also other healthcare professionals. Of course, we represent dentistry. And the other one is to change very restrictive guidelines for operations, where to provide care, we needed negative pressure rooms everywhere in any clinic that we work in. That was changed. Thank you to the PDA, and thank you to the coalition that the PDA has formed. Dr. Stauberg is an oral maxillofacial surgeon, and I'm glad to introduce him. Dr. Stauberg.
Well, good evening, and Dinesh Mel, thank you for the honor of speaking at this virtual white coat ceremony the class of 2022 in front of the family, friends, faculty, and staff, and it's certainly a sincere privilege. The white coat that you, the students, are about to don signifies more than a white coat with wide lapels and a pocket on the chest, as was shown on the screen with everybody having that. It actually signifies a milestone, a change in roles, and a promise to uphold your profession. So people often talk of growth as a gentle arc towards maturity, understanding, character, and wisdom. The reality is growth is more like a staircase. Something comes along that makes us grow, step up. We level out, find out what works and what doesn't, and then find balance until something new comes along and makes us grow again. Step by step, we rise, gaining strength and maturity in the process. However, some of these upward moments of growth can feel decidedly like a downward fall. In other words, we learn a stronger stance when the rug is pulled out from under us. I assure you that your time in dental school may occasionally feel like that staircase, and you might occasionally stumble on the steps. But our response to the challenges we face help us grow every day. We're moving up and we get stronger by the minute. This is not just done individually, but by working together with your classmates, learning together, and by establishing friendships, you will grow. The world will hopefully continue to see the best version of you every day. So I'm here today as your current PDA president. Organized Dentistry is a community of dental practitioners united to form a collective whole. In Pennsylvania, it includes the Pennsylvania Dental Association, the Pennsylvania Academy of General Dentistry, the specialty groups, the schools of dental medicine, the dental hygienists, and dental assistants. Together, these organizations have taken a we're in this together approach to dentistry and the mutual issues we face while having the privilege of practicing dental medicine. This was never more apparent, as the dean just said, than during this pandemic emergency, when several of these organizations came together, formed a coalition, and leveraged their combined group strength to bring about change that allowed the dentists, their teams, and the patients to get back to essential healthcare. Your dean, Dean Ishmael, was instrumental as part of our pandemic coalition that was a forum for discussion and action and helped to get us through to the powers that be in Pennsylvania for our healthcare profession to move forward in these incredibly demanding times. There's a lot at stake. Yes, dental technologies and techniques are constantly changing, and there's so many new financial and business skills to master. There are lots of websites and organizations that say they have the solutions, but large organizations like the ADA and the Pennsylvania Dental Association, with their many resources, can help. But what about public policy decisions that are made every day with the ability to dramatically influence our profession? What can you do about this conundrum? Dental associations and our dental coalitions, as we created here in Pennsylvania, give you a voice. If you want to contribute more actively, they will give you a hand in them as well. That's why I got involved in organized dentistry, and I've taken multiple roles in the ADA and in the PDA. Clearly, we know more about oral health issues than do politicians and state bureaucrats. By channeling our dental healthcare professional voices into an industry-sized chorus, our knowledge and experience are brought to bear when crucial policy decisions are made that could impact you, your colleagues, your patients, your employers, employees, or your community. Involvement in your profession is paramount. You really must get involved. Without working together as a unified voice, we risk it being changed by others forever. There's so much more than everyday dental practice to our profession. Organized dentistry can help in so many ways. The ADA can help you as students through their ADA Practice Transitions Program, ADAPT, ADAPT, helping you match based on philosophy of care to associate or buy a practice. Their Center for Professional Success provides information on practice settings and job satisfaction, along with teaching associateship interview techniques. And right here in Pennsylvania, the PDA Go mobile app for dentists and dental students discusses resources, forums, job postings, and the latest news. I encourage you to explore these benefits of membership. And by the way, ADA membership, once you graduate, your first year out of school is free. So in closing, work hard in dental school to learn the basics of your profession and climb that staircase together with your classmates. Climb it with the ASDA, the American Student Dental Association, while in school, and the American Dental Association after graduation. so you can help protect what you worked so hard to achieve. I can honestly tell you that organized dentistry will help you become the best version of yourself and achieve that promise to uphold your profession. It certainly has become an important part of my journey. So be well, be safe, and enjoy every day regardless of the challenge. It's all part of that staircase that we always climb. Make a difference personally and together. And thank you for the privilege of speaking to you at your white coat ceremony. Thank you, Dean Ishmael.
Thank you, Dr. Toberg. And the PTA is the first organization we call when we need help in the state or dealing with issues regarding policy or regarding other issues related to the practice of dentistry. It's an honor to introduce Dr. Bressler, who is the current president of the Alumni Association. The legacy of the Bresslers at Temple, they are the foundation or one of the backbones of the pediatric dentistry program. So I welcome Rachel for an introduction from the Alumni Association. Again, we have alumni scattered in all over the country and about 7,000 people who you could connect with and find jobs when you need to next year. Rachel.
All right. Thank you, Dean Ishmael. As president of the Kornberg School of Dentistry Alumni Association and on behalf of the entire alumni board, it's an honor to welcome the family and friends of the class of 2022. This ceremony is just a tad bit overdue, but no matter the timing, it still represents the same thing. Some view the white coat ceremony as the transition from student to clinician, or an opportunity to show your family and friends how far you've come. And of course, I always thought it was a time to take goofy pictures with your classmates in a white coat. And I promise you guys, you'll still have that opportunity to do so. While I know you wanted this to be a big event to mark the day, we should take the chance to remember what the white coat really symbolizes. The white coat is not about you, but about the lives that you touch when you have it on. It's symbolic of the pledge that you've already made to yourself and to your future patients when you decided to start dental school in the first place. And it represents the commitment to cure, and just as important, to care for every patient that's going to be in your dental chair. While this past year has certainly been a unique one, I do have to applaud Dean Ishmael and the entire faculty and staff, support staff of the dental school in their unwavering commitment to the school and to all of you, and making every effort to make your transition into the clinic as normal as possible. I have to say how impressed I've been with the few students that I've worked with in your class. I did tell Ami and Marco that I worked with this past week that I'd give them a shout out during my speech. They did a great job. So I know this pandemic and the education you're receiving through Kornberg School of Dentistry is actually preparing you for every possible situation that will come your way in your dental career. Whether you're realizing it or not, you're being trained to adapt to new and ever-changing protocols, work environments, and are being forced to find innovative ways to care for your patients. And I hope that what you're really taking away from this is how important it is to lean on each other through good times and bad, and just how much this school has dedicated to prepare you for nothing but success, and will always have your back. And while I could focus on the difficulties that this year has brought to all of you, I am going to talk real quick about something a little more near and dear to my heart. As Dean Ishmael said, I have a little bit of legacy in this family. I'm the fourth member of my class to graduate from Temple Dental School. My father graduated in 1979, and he dedicated his life to pediatric dentistry, my family, and to this school. He taught me many amazing lessons over the years, way too many to try and share with all of you guys today, but I will give you 3 quick pearls of his advice that he always gave to me and my brothers and the 30+ years of students that had the pleasure of having him as a teacher. First, he always told us to find something that you're good at and then become the best at it. I share this one because a lot of people come into dental school with the idea that they're going to specialize in something, one thing or another. But if you choose to specialize in something, it should be because you've actually done it yourself, not because your parent does it or a friend does it, but because you truly love it. My 2 brothers and I all chose pediatric dentistry for this reason, because we all found passion in it. I also might have chosen because I love to sing Disney songs. And if you've worked with me in the clinic before, you know that I like to talk about boogers and farts and all kinds of inappropriate things that kids find pleasure and laugh at while I'm working with them. So we have to have some fun. The second pearl of advice is if you're doing something that you love, you're never going to work a day in your life. And this is so true. I share this because I want to remind you guys how lucky we are to be in this amazing profession. And it's because of this wonderful school that you're afforded the opportunity to do so. Don't forget this when you graduate. Give back to the school, what and whatever you can. Join the Alumni Association, mentor other students, come back and visit. And if you notice, there's a new Student Life Center on the 4th floor. It's named in memory of my father, because my brothers and I knew that there would be nowhere where we would have chosen besides Kornberg School of Dentistry to support one last time. And we're hoping that once all this COVID stuff is out of the way, you guys will have an opportunity to really enjoy the space. And lastly, my dad always used to give the welcome speech to the new students on their first day of school. And he finished the speech with the same line every time. Tomorrow is May. And before you guys know it, graduation will be here and you'll be saying goodbye to everyone and everything that you found comfort in and that's protected you through your clinical experience. Keep your heads down, stay the course, stay positive, and you will get to the finish line. I want to thank everyone again for welcoming me into your home and allowing me to speak tonight at your white coat ceremony. Congratulations to all of you and your families, and best wishes for continued success. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you very much. And we value you and your family and the contribution to the Student Life Center. And it's unfortunately, we only enjoyed it for 2-3 weeks and then we had to lock down, but we will open it up. It's still beautiful and ready. And now we open actually the digital, the computer lab there at that Life Center. So students could go and use the computers. Now, as I said, we went through a process to open the school, and part of the process include looking at the curriculum, how we modify our schedules, how we give you competency, how you take the competency exams. And that was led by Dr. Maria Fonatora, who was pivotal for returning back to the school in a smooth way, and a lot of innovation in terms of how we teach. Actually a week before we went into lockdown, her team started training faculty to prepare courses on Zoom and recording the lectures. And then within a day, we switched to the class capture from the previous year. So the lectures were as if seamless. We moved to immediately to without interruption in the didactic program. Knowing that there are schools right now and some prestigious names have not, the students have not really returned to the clinics. And what this team of Dr. Fonatora, Joanne Nyquist, Leona Esperanza, and many other people did was significant for all of you and also for the school. So Dr. Fonatora.
Thank you so much, Dean Ismail. Can everyone hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. Dean Ismail, Dr. Talberg, Dr. Bressler, Ms. Nyquist, class of 22, family and friends. It really is an honor to be here and share this occasion with you. And thank you so much for that introduction, Dean Ismail. So after the year we've all endured, we come together tonight to mark an important moment in time with a ceremonial offering of the symbolic white coat to the members of the class of 22, which is a celebration of your accomplishments and your transition to clinical care. And, you know, the accomplishments of the class of 22 are significant and in many ways historic. So beginning in March of your second year of dental school and continuing to today, you've experienced an academic year filled with unpredictability and adjustment because of a world in dark crisis. However, you are as living embodiments of the official Temple University motto, perseverance conquers, you persevered and entered the clinical stage of your education as essential healthcare providers during a pandemic, right? So today, April 6th, in the light and warmth of spring, we celebrate and congratulate you for your academic and professional success as burgeoning clinicians, and we recognize your outstanding and historic accomplishment of entering clinic seamlessly during the COVID-19 pandemic, and with the courage and maturity to rise to every challenge you faced. And this was a formidable transition that began almost 8 months ago, and one that you haven't taken lightly. I often reflect on the time of my life when I was a student, and I realize now in retrospect that being a student is a very self-centered state of being. All that you do as a student is for the benefit of yourself, your knowledge, your grades, etc. But I'm sure that you've found that becoming a clinician is a profound transformation, with your priorities and actions changing to include now the needs of your patients. So students, let us recognize and celebrate not only your accomplishments in resilience and perseverance, but also the city, state, and university leaders and faculty who did work tirelessly to advance your studies safely. I know that the faculty and staff at the school very much appreciated the sentiments of gratitude that you wrote to us at Thanksgiving time. The personal messages that you wrote meant a great deal to all of us, to me, and we thank you. Let us also recognize and celebrate the wisdom, friendship, love, and support of the people in your life that personally helped you stay strong and advance in your studies. So thank you so very much, family and friends, for helping these students achieve and persevere. And finally, members of the class of 22, the Kornberg School of Dentistry has welcomed you to the clinic in your role as student doctors, transformed in your dedication not only to your studies, but also to the health and well-being of the patients that put their trust in you. And thank you so much for making us proud.
Thank you, Dr. Fornatora. Excellent. There is a messenger of positivity and nothing that cannot be done with positive thinking is Associate Dean Joanne Nyquist, and she deserves the prize for that. Associate Dean Nyquist spent a lot of time to make your life smooth as much as possible, advocating for you, and we're glad and honored to have her at the dental school. So Ms. Nyquist, it's your turn. You need to unmute.
Thank you very much, Dean Ismail, for those kind words. And those of you, the class of 2022, know that my goal is to meet with you, help you, support you, and provide you resources you need before today and until you graduate. So I'm going to read the names now of all the students in the class of 2022. Danny Achek.
Hold on 1 minute until we have the
Mohsen Akavan. Peter Akinjis. Amar Alatar. Janelle Alvarez. Soham Apti. Robert Areza. Sherilyn Au. Elena Aversa. Shahar Bano Awan. Ashley Banks. Sucheta Bansal. Judith Bayardo Guzman. Scott Bifano. Andrew Blasek. Harsh Bogara. Marco Bongarzon. Jared Bosch. Sophia Breslin. Mara Burns. Stacy Cow. Amber Carroll. Nicholas Cassidy. Dylan Chang. Ellen Chang. Kevin Chen. Abigail Chernin. Varun Reddy Chintakunta. Ju Young Choi. Young Yun Choi. Natalie Corrado. Amanda Cronkite. Trina Dang. Jason Dow. LaDan Diane. Goggin Deep. Hardik Desai. David Doe. Jared Duran. Nejma Adraki. Ibrahim El-Gumati. Rachel Elise. Enos El-Magabri. Amina El-Sayed. Saman Farah Baksh. Sana Fatima. Justin Fields. Gabrielle Jett. Deep Gohel. Isla Garani. Hallie Grove. Patrick Guevara. Emily Hefner. Moish Hellman. Miranda Huber. Hussam Idris. Ayman Jeslerli. Young G. George Johnny. Raquel Joseph. Yash Kensegra. Sahej Neat Carr. Sarah Kim. Alyssa Kist. Rinbeer Claire. Eliza Kerner. Michael Kerner. Nathia Kolori. Minnie Koo. Jenna Corey. Bindu Kovuri. Yun Kwu Kwak. Young Hun Lim. Shi Wei Lin. Yao Lin. Joseph Lutz. Tyler Madej. Naveed Magare. Sammy Malik. Aditi Kerr Mandalawala. Christina Maragakis. Bintu Mariko. Paul Melchor. Jordan Middleberg. Lovey Mohammed. Nilufar Mohammadi. Sayed Mohammadian. Cameron Morfeld. Ankita Mota. Angie Munoz. Simona Nyack, Andrew Wynn, Mia Notariani, Kayla Pilata, Dina Papadopoulos, Anastasia Papico, Dhruvi Parikh, Akshit Patel, Amy Patel, Anisha Patel, Dhruv Patel, Niyati Patel, Sahil Patel, Shriraben Patel, Soham Patel, Vahani Patel, Amanda Petrin, Amy Pieri, Gabriella Poleski, Maya Ramchandran, Avinash Rowe, Madeline Raposa, Saranos Raofoba, Jennifer Ruda, Robert Rystrom, Sue Kung Du, Brianna Schultz, Kyle Scott, Taksh Shaw, Anthony Shahata, Jordan Shalit Scriptatunas, Jessica Shen, Brandy Schrader, Victoria Sibilich, Theodore Slagle, Varun Solanki, Julia Sun, Alec Starostik, Richard Stayer, Adam Stefanowitz, Andrew Superdock, Benjamin Takave, Kenneth Tang, Suyog Tank, Mackenzie Taylor, Michael Thomas, Michael Toro, Michael Velasquez, John Watson, Ran Wee, Allison Wilson, Lauren Wilston, Kyle Winters, Idan Yona, Angela Yu, Yanling Yu, and Hu Yu Zhang, Ashley Zhang. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You need an award into reading names, and you did it consistently. Thank you very much, Associate Dean Nyquist. Thank you for organizing this event. I also want to thank the IT team. I saw Don Anderson name, and I assume Jingu and other IT members, which I did not see their names, are participating in making this event a success for all of you. I'm going to call Dr. Maria Fonatora to recite the professional oath that you all have received a copy of. And you don't need to repeat after her, but we consider you now have taking the oath. So Dr. Fonatora.
Thank you so much. Oh, good. Thank you. That helps to have it in front of me. And I think it's on your program. So if you would, if you're muted, everyone should be muted. If you'd like to read along aloud but muted with me, that would be great. Okay, so here we go. The dentist's pledge. I, as a member of the dental profession, shall keep this pledge and these stipulations. I understand and accept that my primary responsibility is to my patients, and I shall dedicate myself to render, to the best of my ability, the highest standard of oral health care and to maintain a relationship of respect and confidence. Therefore, let all come to me safe in the knowledge that their total health and well-being are my first considerations. I shall accept the responsibility that as a professional, my competence rests on continuing the attainment of knowledge and skills in the arts and science of dentistry. I acknowledge my obligation to support and sustain the honor and integrity of the profession and to conduct myself in all endeavors such that I shall merit the respect of patients, colleagues, and my community. I further commit myself to the betterment of my community for the benefit of all society. I shall faithfully observe the principles of ethics and the code of professional conduct set forth by the profession. All this I pledge with pride in my commitment to the profession and the public it serves.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fonatora. One of the pleasures of being dean and with, I assume, also with the associate deans and chairs and other leaders of the school is working with the student leaders. This class is blessed with an excellent leader, Ladan Dayani, who has been always smiling. You can see smile on her face and always positive, trying to understand and to advocate for you. And so I want to introduce Ladan to provide the students' remarks.
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. Thank you everyone for joining us, my classmates, our families and friends. In what simultaneously feels like the blink of an eye and a lifetime ago, 3 years ago, we began our arduous journey through dental school. We microscopically examined what we were made of in histology. We dissected through our fears in gross anatomy. We may have suffered through systems, and we shed our sweat, tears, and sometimes blood in preclinic lab, learning the many skills and techniques needed to become a competent dentist. We have learned from the best faculty in their fields and followed the rigorous and infamous Kornberg curriculum. Our academic experiences have been nothing short of enriching. But in the last 3 years, our class has had other experiences as well. Our class has had numerous engagements and weddings and the birth of 4 beautiful new babies. We have weathered personal storms and tragedies and dealt with everything that comes with a pandemic, including perhaps the loss of loved ones. These experiences are not set by the Kornberg curriculum, but they are human experiences, and they're experiences that our patients have as well. It is these human experiences that allow us to relate to each other, to connect to one another, and they form the foundation for compassionate care. The class of 2022 is incredible. It's a class full of leaders and high achievers, but also of collaborators and helpers. When problems arise, we have always worked together to solve them, and we lift each other up along the way. I know this only means great things for our patients. I am extremely proud of my classmates for getting to this point, but especially proud of what my classmates have achieved in the last year. Despite the pandemic, the shakeup to the final part of our preclinical education, despite personal tragedies, not yet reciting this oath or receiving this symbolic white coat, this class stepped into that new scary role of student dentist. They have already combined their very enriching academic experiences with their human experiences to be considerate, thoughtful clinicians. Witnessing what my classmates have already achieved since last August is extraordinary. Today, we finally received the symbol of what we've exemplified since last August. To our faculty and administration, thank you for guiding us and lighting our way. Our parents, our families, loved ones, and friends, thank you for supporting us and certainly being patient with us during these years. My fellow classmates, I love you guys. Being a part of this class has truly been one of the great honors of my life. I can't believe we only have a year left together. It actually makes me sad. I hope we make the most of this next year. Congratulations on finally receiving your white coats, class of 2022.
Thank you, Ladan. This is a wonderful speech, and thank you for your energy and for the support of the school and the students. I can't thank you enough for what you have done and this class has done. This is an amazing class. It's very diverse. It's very, it's actually the first thing they started, James, early in the summer, actually, they wanted to do a homeless project to provide care for homeless residents. We worked with the city, but because of COVID, the shelters where there are families, we were focusing on homeless families and children. They couldn't really collaborate with us, but this light is still exists in them, and they will do something before they graduate for homeless population. The other thing, James, is that this class, still about 45% of them are Pennsylvania residents. So we are the largest school in terms of, in the world, actually, in educating Pennsylvania residents, providing dentists for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I can't really say more than what has been said, but I have some challenges maybe for this class because they're such an excellent class. I want every patient you've treated in May or April when you finish your requirements for graduations to be crying because you're leaving them. And you can get that by caring for your patients. And I'm sure that a lot of your patients will be very sad that you will leave them and transfer them to the next class. That is a goal, because everything was said today in the oath and what I said and what Dr. Fonatora said and Associate Dean Nyquist said are guides for you for the future as practitioners. Caring about people is the foundation for success in dental practice. The other challenge I have for you is I just finished obtaining 9 high capacity scanners, intraoral scanners that will be arriving in a week or 2 to the school. And the challenge for you is to quit taking impressions and scan arches and teeth, and you can send them directly to the lab, and you can save a lot of time doing your prostheses. These scanners will, so every one of this class needs to be participate in the training to use the scanners, and hopefully we will convert very quickly into a full digital operations during under the leadership of this class. Thank you very much. I wish all the families, so I don't see the almost over 1,000 people who attend this event. I'm sure that they are watching us. You should be proud of your spouses, children, daughters, sons, relatives who are part of the class of 22. And thank you all for attending this event. And I wish you the best. And hopefully we'll see you at graduation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
and congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you all for coming. This is a special moment for each of you, and you'll remember this years from now, how we did this, and we're honored to have you here with us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night.
It's one of these events you don't want to say bye.
That was a great comment. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
I just want to say that we did take some photos while you were in there. We had your photos before that you sent us, but these are you that we screenshot during the ceremony. So this is about as live as we can get. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Presidente.
What's really nice to see is you all look so engaged and really good photos. And know also that we did record this. So if any of you want the recording, or we'll send it to your whole class to have.
Yes, definitely. If we could have the recording, that would be great.
Yeah. Very good. I think that they're going to run the screen again, so you can see the photos.
So I guess now we're off to have our own little reception.
Hi. Hi, Mom and Dad. We love you.
Hello.
I'm gonna move you.
Oh, look
Because I
at
had
this.
turned mine on. I'm gonna wait.
Thank you all. What a nice night. Thank you for joining us and wishing you continued success.